Welcome to Building a Brilliant Body, the Bible way. Today we're going to learn how to make some chocolate, some really luxurious chocolate nut milk. And the way we do that is we use a raw chocolate. This is called raw cacao, and raw cacao has antioxidants in it. And we will also use some bananas. These are frozen bananas. We'll put some water in there, and we'll use some Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts has selenium in it, and it has lots of different minerals in it. It's copper in it, manganese, and lots of different minerals in it that's really good for you. And the selenium is good for your nervous system. So there are lots of good things that will be put into this chocolate, luxurious nut milk. All right, so after that, what we're going to do is we're going to go over a 7-week challenge, the 7-week challenge that I had been doing, and then we will go over what's up and coming for building a brilliant body, the Bible way. So let's get into making this nut milk right now. Let's begin. So first we're going to take the water, and what we're going to do is we're going to pour that into our Vitamix. And here we have our Brazil nuts, and we'll put them in here. You know, you just need like 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day, and you'll get your recommended selenium. Some people may say a couple more, but I've heard like 1 or 2 a day is fine. You'll have enough of your recommended selenium. So now, this will make our nut milk. So let's make that right away. This is a Vitamix blender that we're using, and this is a very high-powered blender. Now, you may wonder if these nuts will work if you have a regular blender. I think it will work pretty well because the Brazil nuts are not really hard nuts. So you try 1 or 2, and if it works, that's fine. If not, just soak the Brazil nuts maybe for about 2 hours in some water, and then it should be softened and it should work fine. Okay, so let's blend this up. Now with this Vitamix, I'm going to start on a low speed, and then I'll blend it to high to make the nut milk. Are you ready? Let's go. Now I'm bring it high. Okay, so now we have our wonderful nut milk. I can even smell the rich texture. I can smell almost like a creaminess to it. It's nutty. It's beautiful smell, the aroma. Okay, so now we're going to take our bananas. These are frozen bananas. That's about, I guess, about 3 bananas. That's about 1. Yeah, I'd say about 3 big bananas. Look at that. All right. And we're going to put some raw chocolate in here. Okay, I'll just pour it from the bag. I would say about 2.5 tablespoons. Okay. I might have put a little bit more than I needed in there, but I like raw chocolate. I like the bitterness of it, but when you blend it with the sweet, it tastes so good. It tastes better than any chocolate milk you ever tasted, and it's extremely healthy. So let's do this. Put our top back on. Okay, now we're going to blend this up. Time. I really didn't need this tamper here, but it took a trip with us, took a little ride. Now I'm going to taste this. If this is not cold enough, because I like this to be cold, what I'm going to do is put some ice in it. Okay. Right. Let's taste just a little bit. I want it colder. And also, if it's not sweet enough, you can put a date in there. So I'll put some ice in here. Okay, here we go. I'll put this just to hold this down. Okay, now let's try that. at that pour. I just love to watch this pour. It's like a little waterfall. Rich, creamy. It could be a little sweeter, a little bit sweeter, and I will put the date in there. I didn't bring a date here, but it's still really delicious. You know, this one has a little mellowness. It's sweet, but not extremely sweet. That second one was so much better. It was so, it grew on me. Delicious. Now, that's a Brazil nut melt. If you want it creamier, you can add more bananas. If you want it sweeter, you can add more dates to it. Soak your dates, I would say for about an hour, the Brazil dates, soak it for about an hour, and then put that right in there, and it'll actually make it richer too and thicker too. Okay? So that's our Brazil nut melt. Very, very good for you. You can give that to your children and give it to friends as a crowd pleaser. Now, that's just my water there. This is for me. Let me take a little sip of that. Now, how about our challenge? This is how the challenge went. This 7-week challenge. The challenge was from April 30th to June 17th. And I said I would do 3 things. That I would memorize the scriptures, Psalm 119, 97 to 104, and Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. I also said that I would get a flat stomach. By flat stomach, I meant 33 and under inch waistline. I also said that I would complete an online course. Now, did I complete the challenge? Did I do everything that I said I would do? Sadly, no. Regretfully, no. I would say this. I learned a lot, but I didn't complete it. So I would say that's a failure in the sense that I didn't complete everything. Did I try really hard? Yes, I did. I really gave it my all. I gave it a really good effort and just came up short. And sometimes that happens in life. You try, it comes up short. During the challenge, it was the same time where my son was graduating at the end. Just things coming up. But even with things coming up, I just was pushing hard. I did intermittent fasting. So there were times, especially at the end, I did a 6-hour window at the end. I think sometimes I even did a 4-hour window, which means that I only ate maybe for 4 hours a day, sometimes 6 hours a day. That's all. I started with a 12-hour intermittent window in the beginning, and I did that for a while, maybe for 1 week, and then I went to an 8-hour intermittent window, and then I went to like a 6 and a 4-hour window. So I really put a good effort forth. I also did the raw, I would say about 99% raw food, raw plant-based food, and I stuck to that pretty well, actually. And so I did a really good effort. I was running up hills. I was doing a lot of work. You know, I went to physical therapy, so the physical therapy, I had to push through that because there are times my legs were hurting. That slowed me down a little bit at times. But I think that I had a lot of goals going on at once. I did a good part of the scripture reading, so I still have a little more to go. And so, what did I learn though? I think this is the results of the flat stomach. The results of the flat stomach. On April 30th, I was at about 197 to 199 pounds. And July 17th, I was at 183.4 pounds. So that's about a 14 to 16 pound loss. Yeah, I would say in a 7-week challenge. Now, I wanted more. I wanted much more. But you know what? I'll take the 14 to 16 pound loss because I'm 14 to 16 pounds lighter than I was before. So, in some sense, I didn't win, but I did win a few of the battles. And my waistline, on May 2nd, I was at 41.5 inches in my waist. I don't think I measured in the very beginning. That's why I'm starting at May 2nd. And on July 17th, I was at 38.0 inches, which is a 3.5 inch loss in my waist. So I'm 3.5 inches smaller in my waistline, nowhere still near the 33 or 32 inch. So that has to go on the next challenge. But I'm still, I'm making progress, and it's exciting to make progress. The online course That's up and coming. I have been working on it, and that's going to have to be, I would probably say next week, 2 weeks from now. That's up and coming. So I didn't finish that, but I've been working on it. And what happened? A lot of goals at one time. I also been working on the YouTubes. I never did 7 YouTubes at once. And my accountability buddy, Kitty Turner, she's from Daily House Publishing. She really helped me to keep myself on point to do the 7 YouTubes. Now my goal was not to make the fanciest YouTube. My goal was just to get the YouTubes done. And I improve as I go along. Sometimes you try to be perfect and you try to get everything done just the right way, and you don't do anything at all. So I would say thank you, Kitty Turner, for helping me get those 7 videos done, and you worked very, very hard on your videos too. So yes, we won. We won. That's one big victory. So I would say I completed one goal all the way. What did I learn from the challenge? This is very important. The negative, I didn't reach the goal. I didn't do exactly what I said I would do. So that's the negative. The positive, I would say with the weight loss, I feel lighter. And that's a great feeling, is when you are, how many pounds did I say? 14 to 16 pounds lighter. 7 weeks ago, I was carrying around 14 to 16 pounds on my body. It is gone now. So without that goal, without having a goal, I would never reach that, So sometimes you make a goal and you make a big goal, but if you don't reach it, even if you're halfway there, that's better than not doing anything at all. It's better than being stagnant. I want to tell you a brief story about my father. My father always said to me, and my father just passed in April 14th of this year. And one thing that he always said to me is he had a little store in Philadelphia, and he's in north side of Philadelphia. And this humble little store, he always told me to take the trash out every day. He took the trash out of his store every single day. And there was a trash can down the street. And he would take a small amount of trash every day to that trash can and throw it out. And to this day, he's passed now, but it's so meaningful for me to take trash out every day. Even if it's very late, I'm taking the trash out because I'm thinking of my dad. I don't remember why he said take the trash out every day, but I think it's this. So you have a good habit. You don't start accumulating waste. You don't start, in his case, he could have rodents or roaches or mice or, nasty things like that if he allows that stuff to accumulate. So he wanted to maintain a clean environment. And it's the same thing with your body, is you have to keep a good habits, So this is why I'm saying this. I noticed that when I finished the challenge, I took a day off. I ate a little bit of crackers and I just, had a little, a day of good time. But on that day that I took off, one thing that I noticed that I felt a little bit of the weight creeping back on me. And I felt myself getting a little complacent in one day. So okay, I took the day off, but I have to go back to taking the trash out. I got to go back to the habit of making sure I do my intermittent fasting well, of making sure that I do everything that I'm to keeping that daily habit of intermittent fasting. Because the challenge is over, I don't go back to old habits. Okay, guys? So this is the positive also. I feel lighter. I get better sleep. I learned how to do intermittent fasting. That's something I wanted to do. I feel more confident and stronger. And also fit into some pants that I couldn't fit into before. Now that's exciting, because I had these 2 pants, I would say maybe 3 of them, I couldn't fit into them. They were just so tight. And then now I get into them pretty smoothly. I can button them. That's exciting. It's really, really exciting. So although I didn't reach all the goals, there's some great positives that came out of it, and I'm going to build on that in the next challenge. I'm going to do another 7-week challenge. I'll keep you posted on that, and let you also see something here. Now, this is a beautiful drink that my sweet wife made. Let's see if it tastes sweet. Let's see if it tastes sweet. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is good, guys. I could even forget that I'm on camera right now. That's how good that is. That is how good that is. You are going to learn how to make this. I talked about the online course. When that course comes out, this drink will be in it. This drink is an orange drink. I'm not going to tell you what's in it. It's sweet and it tastes like almost like a water ice, but it's creamy. You'll find out. The only thing I'm going to tell you now, that's a good drink. It's a very good drink. You're going to be pleasantly surprised how delicious it is, and it's very, very healthy for you. So, Tomlin Campbell, building a brilliant body. Have a great day, and praise the Lord.